Right, it is time for Yang News of the Day, episode 36, for a Wednesday, August 6, 2019. I am David D. This is PRM. Thank you for being here. I have an article to review with you, a new poll that just came out, and I'll analyze some recent tweets and give you my feedback on them. So stick around. All right, so let's start with the article. Yahoo News, Andrew Yang's been in Yahoo News quite frequently, even front page stories, which is just freaking awesome. This one here has a headline, quote, Andrew Yang is among top 3 Democratic presidential candidates based on new web traffic data, end quote. Quote, tech entrepreneur and presidential candidate Andrew Yang ranks 3rd among Democratic presidential candidates when it comes to traffic to campaign websites, according to new numbers compiled by analytics from SimilarWeb. And here are the details of that traffic. Bernie Sanders led the pack with 12.7% of total traffic, or about 1.8 million visits to his webpage, berniesanders.com. Elizabeth Warren steered 8.6% of the traffic, or about 1.2 million visits to her webpage, elizabethwarren.com. And Andrew Yang had 6.1% of the traffic, or about 875,000 visits to yang2020.com. End quote. So that is awesome. Andrew Yang is in the top 3 for web traffic when it comes to Democratic presidential candidates for 2020. Just, wow. And that's no surprise for a lot of us. A lot of us know Andrew Yang has been confined to the internet for the longest time. He's built his following here online. So the data just checks out here. We all know Andrew Yang is going to be dominant in web traffic. And here he's polling at number 3. So that's just good news. That's not surprising news at all. But I'll leave the rest of the article down below in the description. Make sure you check that out because I just read you a part of it. Okay, moving on to a poll. DallasNews.com has a new poll. Let's see where Andrew Yang is on that list. Let's start from the top. Biden, 27.7%. O'Rourke, 19%. Remember, it is Texas. But Beto has been killing it in the media. If you've been paying attention, he's really been calling out Donald Trump in just accurate ways about his rhetoric. And Beto O'Rourke has been doing really well in the media. But anyways, we're going to see him high on this list. He is a former congressman from Texas. He's polling at second place, 19%. Bernie Sanders, 15.7%. Warren, 13.7%. Buttigieg, 7.2%. Harris, 5.3%. Yang, 3.1%. And a huge list of people at 0 and 1%. So we see Andrew Yang making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Andrew Yang is in the top 7 at 3.1%. Just good news to see him in the top 10 in Texas. There is a lot of Yang Gang on Texas. If you're an Andrew Yang base camp Facebook group, there's a lot of representation in that group from Texas. So 3.1%, it doesn't sound like much, but that's a nice cluster of people, and they show up a lot in Andrew Yang's Facebook groups. So that's good news. I'll leave that poll down below. There's probably additional poll data for you to look at. Let's move on to some tweets here. Okay, so tweeting the other day, Andrew wrote, upgrading our power grid to a new intelligent grid that could dynamically monitor and change energy flows would cost up to $480 billion, but it would save us up to $2 trillion over 20 years. Wow. And reduce CO2 emissions by 2 gigatons a year by 2050. It would also create plenty of jobs. End quote. Wow, these are some amazing stats. 480 billion. Now, when our Congress people we've elected looks at that, they get sticker shock. They look at the price. 480 billion just sounds like, okay, we can't do it. Just because of the sticker shock. It just sounds like too much. But Andrew Yang has this figured out over 20 years. Okay. And this is what I like about Andrew Yang. He has plans. He has details. He has schematics. He has the math. Hashtag math. And this is why we need Andrew Yang in our government. Okay, let's say he doesn't make president. Let's say he doesn't make vice president. Let's say he doesn't make, the upper echelons. We need Andrew Yang, period, somewhere in our government. Okay, if he doesn't make president or VP, we need him in a cabinet position somewhere. Okay, this guy is just too smart, and he's just too strong to let go. Okay, I mean, it's just amazing how much thought he puts into his policies and his data. It's just data. He's just doing data. He's just laying out data. It just shows you how far politicians have gotten away from data and substance, and they just rely like on surface level sticker shock, and they're just like, oh no, we could never do that. 480 billion sounds like a lot. Never processing it. So, Andrew Yang always has it. Okay, moving on. The economy has clear excesses and headwinds. It will falter in the days ahead. The questions are of timing and order of magnitude. End quote. Okay, so basically Andrew Yang is predicting a crash of some type. He says the economy has excesses and headwinds. So the excesses are the stock buybacks, which is like half the market or a quarter of the market, just a very large portion of the market. And he's basically saying to us, the economy is strong and big, but it has major flaws, and it's gonna crumble like a house of cards. That's going to happen. Whether it's 2020, 2021, I don't know what the timeline is. It's only a matter of time here. And we need to figure out what we're going to do, because it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay? So, the questions are timing in order of magnitude. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard 2020. I heard fall of 2020. If it went down right before the election, Donald Trump is done. To me personally, I really believe the only thing keeping Donald Trump in office is the economy. Okay? So many people are letting things slide because of the economy. So if the economy crashes, it's arrivederci. DJT. Okay, one more tweet here. Quote, somebody called me the politician for people who hate politicians. If that's not, if that's the case, we really can go all the way. End quote. Yeah, I really believe Andrew Yang is a candidate for people who are disenfranchised, who have given up on the process, who have given up on voting, who are essentially non-voters, or just disenfranchised people who are just so fed up with the run-of-the-mill politician who just lies constantly, who gives us cliches and platitudes, who gives us empty gestures, who are just empty suits who work for corporations, okay? So if Andrew Yang can bring in those people again, that is just so valuable. It's so valuable that this man is getting people excited about politics again. People who have given up. People who have jumped ship. People who have just flat out given up on the political process. If Andrew Yang is getting these people, it's a job well done, and that is a beautiful thing. Okay. All right, so we'll end there. That was Yang News of the Day, episode 36 for August 7th, a Wednesday, 2019. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell, and I will meet you down in the comments.